business. We talked, and it was left at, in the words that you guys use in America, we're good. And I've always said that I thought that Pierce is smart prey when it comes to journalism. I just think that he underestimated me. He wasn't expecting to get that phone call. Nobody was expecting that phone call to be made. The issue that I have is the attorney who made the phone call and why it was parceled out to social media as paperwork had been served. There was none. Alex,
can you elaborate for those who aren't following the phone call? Can you explain that to the audience?
Okay. Alex Spiro, after my interview, started taking large deals from Mr. Carter because I think I cost them, I don't know, maybe about 15, 20 million with my appearance on Pierce. And then the Levi stock.
Damn, she cost them 15 to 20 million? God damn.
Offering and that campaign that they had, it really didn't go off the way that they wanted it to. They thought that the whole Beyonce campaign was really going to, that's what people aren't understanding is how this works. They didn't have anything to say about me or acknowledge me until I started taking money out of their pocket. And then, rather than taking me to court, they just had Spiro call. Now, Spiro is a bona fide fixer. And guess who else he represents?
Well, he represented Alec Baldwin beautifully. I have to give him credit.
Oh, no, he's a wonderful fixer.
That was an insane fix he did.
But yeah, he's very, very popular. The narratives in place. He also represents Elon Musk. And he's also now representing the Tupac Shakur family, trying to get to the bottom of what happened to Tupac. He also allegedly, if I'm not mistaken, put together the legal team that failed Tory Lanez. Thank God he's going to get a new trial. Alex Spiro is involved in a lot of things. Right now, what I'm going to get to the bottom of is whether or not he and Ariel Kidd have a background or have worked together in any way. Because if that's the case, I'm telling you right now, this was all a red herring. This was a ruse. I said it yesterday. I'll say it today. Everyone keeps wondering, when is the Jigga Man going to have something to say about his friend, the Diddler? And he said nothing. But it would be smart to put together a little legal wafu. Get your hands on that book. Create enough disinformation to create reasonable doubt. It would be a perfect way to help your friend quietly and keep yourself out of the conversation. And that's what Alex Spiro has been doing. I'm still trying to understand why he's allowed to operate at all and why he isn't being sanctioned for all of those lies that he told about the Rockefeller offering. Because he was sitting there pretending like he represented all of Rockefeller when he only represented the Jigga Man's interest. Then he lied about the stock offering to tank Dame Dash's sale, acting as an attorney. It's unbelievable. They sat there and lied. Alex Spiro lied intentionally to harm Damon Dash's stock offering for the reasonable doubt catalog. He's a liar.
Well, if I can interject, that's what lawyers do.
Yeah, no.
Lawyers are allowed to lie, and defamation, you have to show damages to really win defamation as well.
Absolutely.
Is that just part of the legal plan?
They're not going to do that against me. Because if they do that, then they have to explain how I know what I know. See, the truth is I've had them at check for 2 years. Checkmate is coming. I promise you.
That's my thing, Enigma. I look, it still comes off, tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, but she is making a great point. She is out here basically saying that Jay-Z and Diddy have something to do with each other than just working together in the music industry. No, they were helping each other groom whatever she's saying that they were doing. That's her truth, or if truth lie, whatever. But either way, that is honestly in my eye, bro. It's even with Drake too. It's like, wait a minute. So I need a better pause than that. Okay, right here. even Drake though, even Aubrey Drizzy Drake Graham. This nigga Kendrick Lamar called you a PDF file. Now, while you're Aubrey Drizzy Drake Graham, you could easily say, well, this is just rap. At the end of the day, like, that is defamation, especially if it's a lie. That is defamation at its finest. At its finest. And you see how Meg is acting. You see how Cardi's acting. They're ready to sue. I am shocked Drake did not sue Kendrick Lamar for defamation, bro. He has money. Bro, let's get all that. You out here saying I'm a PDF file. That's not true. No, I'm not standing on that. I'm not letting you stand on that. And I'm not just releasing a record saying I'm not. No, I'm taking legal action. I'm going to make sure the world knows that is false. That is 100% false. And so I get they're saying, well, Jay-Z's not talking. At the end of the day, Jay-Z doesn't speak, regardless of it all. The only thing Jay-Z's going to speak on is his business affairs. He's not going to talk about the shit show, the clown show that happens on the daily. That's what we're for. That's what we're here for. Jay-Z's not going to address that or say anything about that unless he decides to rap again. That's when Jay-Z bears his soul. But other than that, of course he's going to stay quiet. He's not going to say anything because he doesn't want to give her more of a spotlight than she's already garnering just on her own saying what she's saying, because she's garnering a huge spotlight doing those things. But I feel like it also hasn't affected his business, because in those meetings, if they do bring her up and say, what's up with this and the Diddy, and I'm sure he just lies, or if he had anything to do with it, he just lies about it, or if he didn't, he tells the truth. I ain't had shit to do with what Diddy had going on. Fuck y'all asking me about that shit for. Let's just hope that's how the conversation's going. Let's just hope. Either way, I don't think she's really messing with his money right now. And that was my whole thing with the Megan Thee Stallion lawsuit. I'm like, bro, Milagro is not messing with her money. Like, she's still making money. She's still getting endorsements. She's still getting all this shit, even after finding out she was lying. I'm not saying even lying about the Tory shooter. I'm just saying lying about fucking him. Like, so I don't think, it's a lot of gray area. Like, I can understand Jay-Z's thought process, if anything. I get that. Like, oh, well, why would I care? Why would I care? She's not telling the truth. I'm not going to put a huge, a broader spotlight on her than she's already getting by mentioning me and my wife. So I'm just going to let her keep talking. I'm going to let Alex Spiro shut up Pierce Morgan, or if she go on CNN or Fox News, I'm sure Alex Spiro will come out and be like, Jay-Z and Beyonce deny this vehemently. So he's not going to say anything regarding anything that she's talking about. And the fact that y'all keep begging him to say so, he's definitely not going to say anything about Diddy, because now he knows that's what y'all want. So he's not going to give it to you. He's like, why would I just feed the algorithm? I'm not doing that when I had nothing to do with it. Hopefully that's his thought process. If not, he a good liar.
It's interesting, and I appreciate it, because it's like the fact that Pierce buckled, which I imagine was because of the parent company or the deals he had going, whatever reason. I'm curious your thoughts. To me, it's amazing that they went after Pierce in the UK rather than you, because if you're not telling the truth and you're defaming it, which your words on Pierce, why not go after you? That's where I'm confused.
Before I let her finish, I want to respond to Mr. Enigma. And that's my thing, too, with the whole, it is difficult to win. You have to prove the person knows what they are saying is false. If you believe someone's something based on what you know about them, the suit fails. I totally agree and get that. But my thing is, okay, take them to court and make them prove it. Like, bro, we're talking about people like Drake and Jay-Z. The money is long enough to go deal, just go pay a lawyer and figure it out. So, but maybe they don't want to take it that far.
I don't want.
Justin Bieber should have said something if he was in defense. But, Diddy's a nasty nigga. It's like we're finding that out. But the crazy part about it is the judge just sent out a gag order on the Diddy trial to both sides, the prosecution and the defense. And they're like, y'all cannot leak nothing. Nothing should be leaked from these courts, which is odd. Why are they hiding things from the public? I feel like we should know everything that's happening with this big ass case that's going on with Diddy.
To be, the nuclear agent that I am, I've been left with no choice. Just do the right thing for once, Sean. Do the right thing. Why didn't you stand with your wife down there in Houston at the demonic National Convention party? Why did Kelly have to put on a man's suit as proxy? Where are you?
Do you, I guess, again, and these are allegations, these are the speculation theories by Jaguar, which have literally been cut from Pierce, so I have to be very careful legally.
That is a good question. Why didn't Jay-Z come out and support Kamala Harris? Hell, we saw Eminem come out and give a whole speech for Kamala Harris. Where the fuck was Jay-Z at when his whole wife came out there to give a speech for Kamala Harris? She's asking some honest questions.
Beyonce, Jay-Z deny any wrongdoing. These are just theories, and I'm putting the speculation warning up. But I guess I want to ask about them specifically. Like you say, in your opinion, Jay-Z is a bad guy. Like,
well, I know he's a bad
you're
guy.
alluding though to the level of like Diddy, and is Beyonce equally as bad, or just complicit in letting Jay-Z? Can you sort of elaborate on what your accusation even is?
Kiss the Girls is the best example that I had to describe the relationship and the camaraderie between the Jigga Man and the Diddler. Okay? These are two people that have been working in concert, collaborating and competing. These are people that have been covering each other's secrets for decades. That's why I say, to sit there and to just make Diddy the acceptable monster and not address his greatest collaborator in all of his business dealings it's a miscarriage of justice. Because what you're doing is you're leaving the other half of this two-headed monster out on the street to still be able to do what they do, while this one looks like he's down.
I guess, but again, maybe you're not at liberty to say it yet. I guess that's the comment is going to be, Jaguar. Well, what is it though? What is it? Like, is that coming? Is there something you can sort of allude to?
You got to ask yourself how a young man who powed his brother, and allegedly, as the story goes, on his mother's request to hide her sexuality because it was about to hit the streets. This is a man who powed his own brother and somehow walked away from that instance, got involved in the street drug trade, and somehow everyone else went to jail except for him. He's been making deals with the government and with the feds for quite some time. Allegedly. Well, I mean, allegedly, but the thing is, if none of this is real, how does the CEO of his record conglomerate Rock Nation, how is she a known federal informant whose background is transferring on multiple levels? Desiree Perez is one of the most despicable human beings to ever walk the face of this earth. And I'm not saying allegedly. I know that about you, man. I know about all your business dealings in Laredo. I know about all your business dealings in Guadalajara. And I know about who you know in Sinaloa. Why is a woman who's had this much engagement with the Mexican cartels running a rap conglomerate? That makes no sense. And she is a chartered government informant. What it sounds like to me is that the government found a very, very, very successful way to control and manipulate hip hop by allowing their top agents to run everything and keep the independent jail system going, because a lot of these rappers are also heavily invested in the jails that most of these rappers go to. It's a bigger business. And the Demonic National Convention has been sponsoring a lot of this business.
Allegedly. Sorry, I got it. Just adding it for my own legal sake. These are theories of Jaguar rights. These are not mine, but thank you for sharing your opinions. Beyonce, do you just as evil in your opinion? Has she done things you know of? Is it more Jay-Z in your mind? What is the...
I know a lot of things that shameless hack has done, but her greatest sin is vanity. And I'm going to say this about you now, baby. Everybody who knows you are dumb as a sack of hair. Truth is, if it wasn't for your singing and your dancing, you would have never been anything more than a shampoo girl in your mother's shop. You ain't got the common sense of a damn dog.
But that's not criminal.
Huh?
It's not criminal. Is there?
No. I'm going to get you there.
Oh, I see. She's just too dumb to know what she's in for.
No, she's just dumb enough to be down with whatever's going on.
Okay.
She's probably one of the most least empathetic people I've ever met in my life. She's always lived in an alternate reality. She's a whole space cadet. And as long as she gets to be the prettiest, and as long as she gets to be the number one, she don't care what nobody do, how they do it. She knew what her father, Matthew Knowles, was doing with all of those other girls in Destiny's Child. She knew. She knew what
allegedly?
He was doing.
This is allegedly, no?
No, I'm telling you for a fact. I know this to be true. Why don't you ever tell anybody how your daddy brought you up from Houston and took you to Oakland and left you with Dwayne Wiggins? And that's how you got your deal with Sony. See, I know their history. I've been busting her ass out for years. But everybody wants to worship and everybody wants to praise. She is a hack. What she's done to her sister Solange is unforgivable. Because it's Solange that was the true talent, and her sister's been siphoning her whole life. She's a thief and a liar. You know what I was taught? Scratch a lie, find a thief. They're thieves, they're liars, they're manipulators. But the things that I could say specifically that I know that happened that are criminal.
And before you do, I'm just covering myself. Jay-Z and Beyonce have said this is all untrue, guys, just for the record. These are Jaguar's opinions. Apologies, you have to keep saying it, but I want to hear your views, but I got to legally...
You saw what they did to Pierce.
Yeah. Thank you for helping to make it so. Andy, stop interrupting her. I got to make it a conversation or I get deep shit, guys.
You have to. But this is the thing. Why don't they want to face me? I'll tell you a true story. The night that we did the Fade to Black concert, that epic concert that sold out in 30 minutes at Madison Square Garden, I was there. I was in that show. I was on the ensemble. I was a part of the Philadelphonics. And I watched everything that happened that night. And I'm telling you right now, it was nothing more than a satanic ritual. That's why I walked away that night. But after hearing them brag about how Aaliyah was deceased and Beyonce was the queen and long may she reign, and they did that in Dame Dash's face, Memphis Bleak, it was in that moment that I knew in my heart there was foul play with Aaliyah. And after hearing what Mary J. Blige had to say about it, when she even said it out her own mouth that it was an unalivement, and then she tried to reword it with a spiritual unalivement, and then she further went on to say she got scared because she knew she was going to be next. Why does nobody look at what's there? Now, Jay-Z has had relationships with many underage girls, and they consistently keep trying. to pass that off. I was 14 and a half, going on 15 when he started sleeping with her. And I'm not saying allegedly, Sean. And you're lucky I signed the NDAs that I did. Otherwise, I would tell them about all the things that I did with you when I was underage. But I signed the paper and I took the money.
Now, just so we're clear on this, also, Jay-Z.
Yes, we get it, Andy Signore. Everything that Jaguar writers say, Jay-Z and Beyonce use their lawyer, Alex Shapiro, to deny. We understand, but that does not take away from the fact that she just said what the fuck she just said. That's some nasty work right there. I hope to God that this isn't true, because I love Jay-Z as a rapper. I would hate to think he's a 69 god. Freaky ass nigga, he is 69 god. I would hate to think that. But, yeah, that is disgusting if that's the truth. But hopefully it's not. And the thing she had to say about Beyonce, she definitely, she crashed out for sure. Jaguar, right? She does what she did best. She crashed out on Beyonce.